It's 10 trivia questions on news and politics for Patreon subscriber Dean Bratton. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show. Thanks for hitting subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And thanks for checking out some podcasts of friends that I love. If you like wrestling action figure podcasts, shout out to the Fully Posable boys, Jeff and Scott Toon. It's a very specific podcast, but if you like wrestling action figures, Fully Posable is the best. Also, how about America's Pop Culture trivia quiz show? That is a very fun one to listen to, and it is by my friend Joe. And you will love Joe's voice. Joe is a professional voiceover artist, and Joe Parisi will entertain you with pop culture trivia. So if you like the pop culture episodes of my show, you'll love the America's Pop Culture quiz. Check that out. And let's do one more. Oh, this is a new one. It's called Wine, Whiskey, and Murder. This is one of those true crime podcasts with some local friends in Kingsport, Tennessee. They drink wine, they drink whiskey, and they talk about real murders. The first episode all about the unfortunate murders of those college students in Idaho. So if you're a true crime person, that's what I recommend you give a listen to. Wine, Whiskey, and Murder. Today's episode all about news and politics, questions on both those topics. Tried to keep it pretty neutral and fun, hopefully for you. Someone did write me an email and said, did not like the political ads in your podcast, unsubscribe, which I guess was bound to happen, right? I don't even know the ads that are being inserted. When I listen, it's like Geico and Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that, but I think it changes by region. So, of course, there may be some political ones in there. If that completely turns you off, you can always listen to the show completely ad-free for $1 a month. Patreon.com/trivia with buds. But so far, that's the only email I got since I started the ads over 2 months ago, so I feel good about that. If you have an opinion on the ads, whether you're a Patreon subscriber or not, email me. I would love to hear from you. ryanbuds@gmail.com. Okay, before we get into news and politics, let's do this quick warm-up of the letter T, things that are cold, U.S. cities, and items in a refrigerator. The first and third could technically be the same thing, right? Something cold, something in a fridge, but let's see what you come up with. Things that are cold, U.S. cities, and items in a refrigerator. All right, Dean Bratton wanted this topic of news and politics, so here we go. It's news and political trivia question number 1. What does GOP, the nickname for the Republican Party, stand for? Number 1, what does GOP, the nickname for the Republican Party, stand for? Question number 2, what billionaire ran for president as an independent in 1992? Number 2, what billionaire ran for president as an independent in 1992? Number 3, in what city were the first 6 Democratic National Conventions held? Number 3, in what city were the first 6 Democratic National Conventions held? Number 4, who was the last elected president that was neither Republican nor Democrat? Number 4, who was the last elected president that was neither Republican nor Democrat? Number 5, who's famous for portraying Bernie Sanders on Saturday Night Live? Number 5, who is famous for portraying Bernie Sanders on SNL? Number 6, the Houses of Parliament are located in a building officially called the Palace of Blank. Fill in the blank for this UK question. Number 6, the Houses of Parliament are located in a building officially called the Palace of Blank. Question number 7, in Article 4, the U.S. Constitution requires that convicted criminals caught in one state can be sent back to the state where the crime occurred. What is the E term for this type of legal action? What is the E term for that type of legal action? Number 7. Number 8, first used all the way back in the 1800s and coming from the Dutch term freebooter. What is the common political term for a delaying tactic? Number 8, first used all the way back in the 1800s and coming from the Dutch term for freebooter. What is the common political term for a delaying tactic. Number 9, what does the idea of UBI stand for? What does that acronym stand for? UBI in the world of news, government, politics, etc. Number 10, NATO headquarters are in what Belgian city? Number 10, NATO headquarters are in what Belgian city? And number 11, for 2 points, if you're playing along, which president has their presidential library located in Atlanta, Georgia, in a facility that features a replica of the Oval Office? Which president has their presidential library located in Atlanta, Georgia, in a facility that features a replica of the Oval Office? Those are all your questions on news and politics. We'll be back with the answers for Dean Bratton, and hopefully you, right after this. We have returned with the answers to news and politics trivia answers. Number 1, what does GOP, the nickname for the Republican Party, stand for? The Grand Old Party. Grand Old Party. Number 2, what billionaire ran for president as an independent in 1992? That's Ross Perot. Ross Perot. Number 3, in what city were the first 6 Democratic National Conventions held? That was Baltimore. Baltimore. Number 4, who was the last elected president that was neither Republican nor Democrat? Millard Fillmore. I used to have a book when I was a kid that I got from the Scholastic Book Fair called Yo, Millard Fillmore, and Other Presidents You Forgot About. It was great. Number 5, who is famous for portraying Bernie Sanders on SNL? That's Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld star Larry David. Larry David. Number 6, the Houses of Parliament are located in a building officially called the Palace of Westminster. Westminster. Number 7, in Article 4 of the U.S. Constitution requires that convicted criminals caught in one state can be sent back to the state where the crime occurred. That is extradition. That was the E term, extradition. Number 8, the term that means freebooter, the Dutch term, and it's a common political term for delaying, is filibuster. Filibuster since the 1800s. Number 9, what does the idea of a UBI stand for? Universal Basic Income. Everybody makes the same. Number 9, Universal Basic Income. Number 10, NATO headquarters are in what Belgian city? Brussels. Brussels. And the bonus for 2 points, which president has their presidential library located in Atlanta, Georgia, in a facility that features a replica of the Oval Office? That is peanut farmer Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter for the win at the end of the episode. Hope you had a good time playing along. And Dean, let me know if you got 11 out of 11. Your fact of the day for today is, in 1965, Tommy Cash, Johnny Cash's younger brother, released a song titled I Didn't Walk the Line. It was like Weird Al before Weird Al. 1965, Tommy Cash, I Didn't Walk the Line. I looked it up on YouTube. It's interesting. Check it out. All right, we are nearing the end here, so it's time for the letter. We have the letter T, things that are cold. How about turkeys? As in, I quit cold turkey. Or a turkey in your freezer. Is that cold? U.S. cities, Toledo, Ohio, and items in a refrigerator. Now I could say turkey again, but this time I'm going to say tomato sauce when you have leftover, or you have the jar and you used half of it and you put it back in the fridge. Tomato sauce. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.